It's all right. We'll just go for it. So we're gonna put Steve
I
on.
apologize. I actually haven't used this platform before, but it's really nice.
Great. Okay, we're gonna start right now.
Okay.
Okay, we're streaming.
Good morning. How is everybody today? Hope all is well. My name is Bob Thurmond. I am from Angel Eye Technologies. We are an advanced vision system, an advanced vision system that does drowning detection technology worldwide. Um, been asked here today to kind of come with an overview about the state of technology in drowning detection. Let me share who I am and what I do. Let's show. Okay, so again, I'm Bob Thurman. I'm with Angel Eye Technologies. I have been in aquatic safety and rescue for 20 plus years. And one of the most recent enterprises that I've joined is Angel Eye Technologies, which, as an advanced vision system, started in California with an LA County pool. And the reason it was done so is because there were several incidents in and around California that put a lot of pressure on the county to invest time in the exploration and data collection for drowning detection systems. So um, uh, one of the challenges was that everybody that went through some kind of lifeguard training or had worked in on or around a pool deck or a lake or a beach, they everyone pretty much knew that the deficits that the reasons lifeguard fail, right? They're not new. In fact, some of the information about conditions that made lifeguards ineffective, if you will, um, over time were known for 40 years. But the reality is that uh, lifeguarding today, um, what our challenge is today is that we've got aquatic facilities that are much larger and more dynamic in terms of the features and activities that are going on in aquatics. Okay, so what we were talking about is the sort of dynamism of aquatic facilities today, because we have new features and we have a lot of activities that require an additional effort with lifeguard and safety staff and personnel at water parks, at HOAs, even at small pools. So we are trying to sort of look way forward in the expectation that technology in our pools meets the technology that we understand and have come to expect in our in our businesses, in our homes. I always hate to say it, but my home is right at present time is way smarter than our pools, and that is sort of an insufferable type of position to be in when we know that we've got technology that can provide advanced detection warnings about pool entry, and can record data day over day that provides a level of safety that is heretofore been unfeasible in our pools, but it should be, because it's not that particularly expensive. Okay, so again, the sort of dynamic nature of these pools really illustrates what we're looking at. We've got splashdowns, we've got objects in the water, climbing walls, etc., and this poses a particularly stark challenge on lifeguards themselves to do their jobs, which is why essentially most advanced vision systems are focused on a pool in a way that allows them to capture not only one body of water but multiple bodies of water, and do so in a way that doesn't require additional lifeguards or staff. Apologize. So what are we looking at here? I'm looking at all of the new types of challenges that present itself to aquatics facilities, and I focus on North America, but really drowning is at the top of the food chain. But there are also a number of other challenges that present themselves to aquatic facilities, including first aid, theft, violence, vandalism, all kinds of stuff that happens on a pool deck. And what's now largely being characterized as antisocial behavior. These are all issues that aquatic facilities face, and they need to address in a way that is consistent across multiple pools and facilities. It's very difficult to say that you're doing the job that you've been set out to do in terms of safety and aquatics if you're not doing the same thing in a consistent way over multiple pools. So one of the things that I've talked about with Steve and a number of other people is this idea that we have essentially what's this, expansive, safe, holistic program for adopting technology, and to look at that in a broad spectrum. So, what we're looking at here is we're looking at accident prevention, we're looking at crime prevention, and we're looking at education. And all of that from our company's perspective is to address gathering data that proves the efficiency and the quality of a technology system that operates in the water and on deck, right? Because we do want to capture ingress and egress from from a facility, but we also want activity that happens in the water. And I was surprised to learn that, in fact, a lot of antisocial behavior happens on deck prior to entering the water. So it's not just a drowning detection system. It's a much more holistic look at about aquatic safety over the perimeter of a facility, even extending so far out as possibly even a parking lot, right? Because we do get information from that, people entering and exiting a building. Are there any questions before I talk about this slide? Okay. So part of this is also, and I've set up this slide because what we realize is that in most pools, we have 3 levels of safety that is being encouraged in North America, right? Fences, covers, pool, or door alarms. And that's what I call sort of the primary level of safety features that are available today, right? They're passive systems. They don't evaluate. They don't provide advanced warning. They're prior to anyone entering the water. In an active system, in an active pool at any facility, go back. In an active pool, what we're looking at is a number of different elements that has to be considered, right? So we're looking at water quality, lifeguards, lifeguard training. We're looking about checking in and out pool equipment and messaging in between staff, either via phone or something like that, and lighting or strobes or any of those type of features that help people maintain and effectively negotiate safety in the pool. On the back end of this, which I think a lot of AI technology is pushing forward, is this idea that we can actually identify potential drowning or submersion threats in a pool, as well as capturing data that looks at antisocial behavior or social distancing or grouping in a way that facilities are supposed to be mindful of today. Really, what we're looking at as a result of COVID is also these the sort of the impact of social grouping that needs to be considered, and also the management of populations in our aquatic facilities. And at the end of the day, one of the things that I wanted to convey today is that AI technology in and of itself is not a replacement for quality lifeguard or safety staff. Really, what it does is it enables facilities to grow, maintain, and to promote the health and quality of life through swimming activities and all the things that we do in pools, and do it without additional facility staff and I think additional expense, in a way that I think is efficient and consistent with what we do at home and in our businesses. That's what I got. Steve, any questions from you or from the entire group?
Thanks for the presentation, Bob.